This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesianicristo.
From the Pacific to Atlantic, anytime and wherever you are, join us.
You are watching, listening, and streaming on INCRadio.
Watching, listening, and streaming INCRadio. INCRadio Canada. Join us. Join us, join us, join us. INCRadio Canada. Join us.
Good afternoon, good evening, and I am so excited today because we have a very nice topic, and this is a topic that I love myself. I am Sister Jonah Lopez from the local congregation of Eastwood District of Edmonton, and you are tuned in to INC Radio, changing lives through God's words. And I'm not alone. I have someone also joining the panel from Southern Ontario. Introduce yourself.
Hi po, I'm Sister Jane Angeles from the locale of Oakville Ecclesiastical District of Southern Ontario.
Thank you. How are you, Ate?
I'm good po. Thank you po. How are you po?
I am good. I am very, very good today. Thank you for joining me. And of course, dun, da, 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 I have a special guest this afternoon, a familiar face on Wednesdays. Actually, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, familiar face on Faith and Melody, none other than my best friend, my bestie. Hello.
Hello there, si Jenna and Janelle, or Janelle, right? Janelle, it's nice to see you. Nice to meet you. Yes, you are not on Faith and Melody today. Today is INC Radio Canada, and I am Carolyn from Sacramento.
Yay. Thank you. Thank you, Ate Kier, for joining us today on INC Radio Canada. And hello to Kailanita, who's already tuned in, also from Sacramento, tuned in to INC Radio Canada. You know, it's warmer days call for travel, either by land or air. And so we want to know in our topic discussion today, what is your preference for traveling? And, you know, what are some of the things that you look forward to when traveling? And so in tonight's topic discussion, we will dive into your preference. Do you like to travel by land or by air? By land, do you prefer to drive, you know, with family or with friends, you know, driving in a small car or maybe a van? And then by air, of course, by plane. Or have you tried traveling, let's see, even by train? So we'll try to have a discussion on that, which is really exciting. So our first question for everyone, Kuya, I think it's Kuya DP on our main studio. If you don't mind putting us on grid, just so that everyone can see the beautiful faces that we have here on INC Radio Canada. And I've got like Sister Layla is there. Hello, Jocelyn. These are like Faith and Melody supporters on INC Radio Canada. Thank you so much for supporting us. Kuya, can you put us on grid, please, po, if you don't mind? So then we can all be seen on our screen. There you go. Thank you. There you go. Yay. Okay. So question. Let's go with Janielle. What is your preference for travel and why? And our team in the chat, if you can also join us in our topic discussion, what is your preference for travel and why? Do you travel for relaxation, to visit friends, what's your preference? Why would you want to travel? Go ahead.
Oh, I really love
Oh, I think she's
traveling
having a
what I
little.
can
Okay,
see.
okay.
And my back full.
Yes, yes, yes.
Let
Okay.
me restart. I really love traveling, but on land, well, especially driving, as I have more flexibility over what I can see. Looking at different landmarks, seeing what available food there is along the way as well, and seeing all of the nature. I really love nature stuff, so I like to see that while driving.
Oh yeah, especially coming from Southern Ontario, and then have you driven Is it possible Southern Ontario to go to BC?
I've
Is it
driven
drivable?
from Yes, po, but it will take a few days. I've driven from
Ooh.
Winnipeg to Southern Ontario.
Oh,
Pretty flat land, but
that's a long drive. How many days? That's a
well,
long drive.
I want to say 22 hours po.
Ooh,
Wow.
almost like a day. Ooh, that's a long time, right, of driving. Oh, my back would be hurting by then. I have a lower back problem, so I don't know if I could drive, for 22 hours. But awesome. Ate Care, what about you? Aside from
Uh,
visiting Bestie.
well, it depends. Again, I think I would prefer the plane. Wait, that's the question. Right? Is the plane
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
I would prefer the plane just because it gets there faster and I have more time to spend with whomever I need to be with. And there's a lot of things to do, right? There's a lot of things to do. Of course, we always talk about the food and then the experiences there with seeing the chapels, right?
Yeah.
Um, we like to chapel hop. Is that what they call it? Where you just
Yeah.
go to different chapels and just, again, for me, it's the structures, it's the colors, it's what we see. It's like, right? You can see they're all different, but very beautiful. Very beautiful.
Yes, yes, agree. It's I guess we've been how many times have we traveled together? I think well, not together, but then we would travel and go to one place, right? Like when we
Neat,
went to the
neat.
Philippines, we went there and then we kind of like spent time together. And then just recently in Chicago, we went there and like you said, visiting different local congregations and seeing like the different houses of worship. I think it's one of the best thing to do whenever you're traveling to see, oh, I wonder what their chapel or their house of worship looks like. And you're like so excited. And then of course you're gonna meet the members there, someone that let's say from way back, or all of a sudden you see officers and ministers like you're here, and then you just saw them like recently and you're like, oh, you're assigned here. Kind of like what happened to Atikir when we visited Chicago, first one that she met. Who was that Atikir again?
Was brother Mark Mariano, and he had just transferred there, like I want to say maybe a week or two before. So it was really nice to see a familiar face there in Chicago and get to catch up.
Yes, yes. And of course, there's those like you want to travel by land. And also if you're traveling in Canada and like you said, you like to see like the sights and just exploring what you're gonna see while traveling. It's just I don't know if I take care if you've done that when you were here. If you had traveled from Edmonton, let's say Edmonton to go to BC, and every like the mountains that you'll see, it's just breathtaking. It's really like wow, like there is a living God. Like it's just beautiful, just really breathtaking. I want to say hi to all our Faith and Melanie Ohana that are on the chat. We have Vicky Dumopoy from London. We have Ate Jocelyn from BC. Ate Jocelyn is from BC. And we got Sister Priscilla Batan from the Philippines. Of course, Kuya Mario Oka is always, always supporting, whether it's Faith and Melody, where it's any program on INC Radio, he's always there. So thank you for tuning in and for gracing, INC Radio Canada. I almost said Faith and Melody, but I also want to greet Kakit Badas. Actually, it's her 50th birthday today. She's from the local
Mhm.
congregation of Eastwood. So hello, Kakit, and happy birthday. And with that, Kuya DP will go ahead and let's do our what's in your cookbook. So then at least, we can maybe have a happy birthday song after we play our what's in your cookbook. Take it away, Kuya.
I'm back! My name is Katie from the local of Eastwood District of Edmonton. And today, we're going to make Brazo de Mercedes in cup. For this, you will need 1 can of condensed milk, 10 eggs, half a teaspoon of cream of tartar, some vanilla, icing sugar, butter, and sugar, 2 piping bags, a bowl, and a mixer. And of course, you will need cups. The first thing you need to do is separate the egg yolk and the egg whites from all 10 of the eggs. So let's do that. Now that we've separated the egg whites and the egg yolks, we're going to take our condensed milk, vanilla, and the egg yolks over to our pan. So, we're going to take this and pour it into the pan. Now let's put the egg yolks, the condensed milk, and the vanilla into the pan. So, put our egg yolks in here. Okay, let's mix it now. Now, let's turn on the stove. Alright, let's mix it. Now we're going to continuously mix it until it thickens. This is what it should look like when it's thick. Now that's like this, we need to add the butter. So let's add it. We're done! This is the texture that you need. Alright, now we're going to pour it into. Now that we're done with the filling, we have to make the meringue. But before that, we have to set the oven for 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Now that we've set the oven to 300 degrees Fahrenheit, it's time to make the meringue. In this bowl, we have the egg whites. We also need to add the sugar and the cream of tartar. Now let's mix it. So let's put this down and let's mix it now. Something that looks like this, you have to add sugar, but only a little bit at a time. So we're gonna add a little bit, and then wait a little bit, and add a little bit again. Now we're going to put the meringue into a piping bag. So let's transfer it. Now that we've filled up the piping bag with meringue, we're going to fill up the cups. When you fill up the cups, make sure there's a hole inside. So let's do it. There you go. Now do this for all the cups. Now it's time to put our things into the oven. We're going to put a 30-minute timer. So it's done baking. Now we have to wait for it to cool down. Now it's time to put the filling inside a piping bag. So let's put it in. Now it's time to put the icing sugar on the thing. So we're going to get this, and we're just gonna... Now it's time to put the filling! Now we're done! Here's the Brazo de Mercedes in cup. Let's taste it! Alright. It's really tasty. It's really tasty and creamy. Look at this, I already finished it. I love it. That's it for today. I hope you like it. Shout out to our resident ministerial worker, Brother Patrick Sevilla. And shout out to my mom, my dad, my auntie, my brothers, and my little brother JK. And also, happy belated birthday, Kajona, and my little brother JK.
Wow. How come she makes it look so easy to make? Like I never knew it's just like egg yolk and the egg white. I never knew that. But it looks so yummy. I think I'm ready to make that. What do you think? When you think of that, I think Karen Jenny, it's just like
It looks good.
It looks so
I think
good.
when I come there, I think Sister Katie needs to really have a feast that has a whole spread of everything that she cooked that I've watched. I want some of that. It looks so good.
Yes. And thank you for the birthday greeting and happy birthday again to Kakit, her mom, there in the chat. And look who's in the chat. Ate Pauline is there as well. Wow. Okay. So we want to maximize Ate Care's time because she has to also perform one of her other duties, but she has graced the show. So Ate Care, okay. In your recent travel, which is with me, I guess. But wait, have you traveled since our travel together? Have you gone somewhere after January or no? So that
No,
was in your
no.
recent, right? Okay.
Yes.
So, oh wow, this will be nice. Maybe Danielle, you can ask the question because I know what she's gonna say.
Sister, in your recent travel poll, what were some unforgettable sights and experiences?
Well, well, the best part was, of course, it was going to the different chapels because that's my thing. Is I like to take pictures and then kind of collect, and then, like I said, it's all about the beauty of the chapels. They're all different, but all have the same purpose, right? But with that, the one unforgettable is we were going to catch a tour boat in Chicago, but we missed the tour. We missed the tour. So with that, we weren't able to take the tour, but we were able to go and do something else and made up for it and made more memories without being. So it was fun in Chicago.
Because that tour boat that she's talking about, it goes around like the downtown area, and so you see all these buildings, right? We missed it by, I don't know, a minute or two, right? We missed it, but it actually turned out better because I said okay, maybe let's just go and check out the skyline. And because it was so cold, it was so windy, it was snowy, we said maybe we won't be able to get a good view of the skyline. But actually it was way better getting into and looking at the skyline than the tour boat. So it was actually, it turned out even better than that. But what about you, Ate Janiel? Your recent travel, where did you go and what was one or two of the unforgettable sights and experience that you've been?
So that actually reminded me of the same experience I had when I went to Halifax with my cousin. So the same kind of a similar thing happened. Well, we booked a tour to go whale watching, but when we got there, they were actually closed for the season. We were poor.
Oh no. And then so what did you end up doing?
We just ended up walking around downtown, sightseeing. But it's a beautiful place, so it's a blessing in disguise as well.
Uh-huh. Yes, yes. And what unforgettable experience would you want to share with us with that recent travel that you had?
Oh yes, well, so meeting the locals, we got to walk around, talk with the people who live there, share their experiences. We learned a lot through them, especially um, in a much older population. Learning through the locals, their wisdom, their knowledge, what it's like living there. So that was my favorite part of the trip.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. And for travelers, and of course, we have our, our brothers and sisters in the chat. Also, if you want to share your experiences with us, please go ahead and put them in the chat. Before Atikir would leave us, because I know I don't want her to like rush to leave. What would be a travel tip or tips can you share with those the ones that are listening right now that may be traveling soon or have any travel plans? Yeah, maybe next week or next month. Any travel tips that you want to share with our viewers and listeners?
If you are traveling soon, I think that once you're like a week away, like someone might be a week away from traveling, is to constantly check your flight, just because it could change at different times, and we're hoping that maybe a certain person's flight might be delayed. Might have to stay a little bit longer. So we'll see how that goes. But always check your flight with that, and then always make sure you do have all your paperwork, all your documents. Um, with all these times now, with all the traveling and the security, they want your proper ID. Make sure all your paperwork is in. Make copies. We don't normally bring our originals. We make copies, and then that way, if it gets lost or damaged, we still have the original at home. And I think one of those important thing is the week before you travel is to make sure you take care of yourself. Make sure you are in good health, because traveling does take a toll on your body. It does. It is very tiring to travel. It does. It doesn't matter if your flight is 2 hours or your flight is 5 hours, or it could be the 10 hours. Make sure you are truly hydrated, because you do get hydrate. No, you get dehydrated on the plane. So you really have to take care of yourself. We want you all in good health, because when you do reach your destination, that's when you're going to really have a lot of fun. So you got to have that energy, right? You got to have that energy, and just be ready to be prepared for anything. You could have an itinerary and plan your whole trip, and it might not go through. Out of the 10 that you plan, maybe only 7 will work out, or maybe even 6 will work out and be good. Take that, be grateful for that, because at least you have some memories of that. And always, like you says, if something happens with this plan, there's always another plan right after, right? And sometimes it's even a better plan than the original plan. So I think the number one is just to have fun, right? Just to have fun wherever you go, and especially who you're with, right? Have fun. Lots of memories. One more is, if you're having lots of fun, always document the best time that you're having, which means lots of pictures, lots of videos, because you're always going to go back, and it's always going to make you smile. Whatever you did and whatever you've done, whatever you've eaten, you're going to go back in memory lane, and it's the best thing ever. It's the best thing ever to remember, I would say.
Yes, I know what you're saying, and yes, I will rewatch this, because I need to start packing already for my trip, because I haven't even started. And I think one tip also at the care is to pack light. They say, especially if you know that wherever you're going to be going, you're going to end up shopping, right? So you want to be able to have space on your suitcase instead of adding another suitcase, which I've done, Danielle. Believe me, I would go with two suitcases and come back home with three suitcases. So
Yes,
you
and I
have to
could
be
attest to that.
prepared. So,
Yes, pack
so
light.
this trip, I'm gonna make sure that I'm probably gonna bring my carry-on inside my suitcase, so then at least I have the space when coming back. Because she's already telling me, oh, you know what? Don't bring this, don't bring that. I have that here. So I don't have to bring that. So
Well,
okay, I'm gonna.
TJ, with another tip with that is if you know you can get that stuff in your destination, why not just get it over there? Like your toiletries. If you can get it where you're going, just get it there. It's less hassle to pack, less hassle to go through the security. Make it as easy as possible. Check uh, your luggages and keep it as light as possible. As light, because you can always replace that wherever you're going.
Yes, yes, definitely. And I think for me, one tip for those traveling, especially if it's your first time to go to a certain place, please, 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 for members of the Church of Christ, check the worship service schedule if you need to attend your worship service in your locale before you leave. So much the better. If you can't, if there's no available service, before you leave, then make sure to check the schedule where you're going, just so then at least you know that you'll be able to catch the next worship service on your destination, right? To care, if you need to go, I know you have to go soon, but if you need to go and I cannot stop you from leaving, any acknowledgments, anyone you want to greet, anyone you want to say hi to or thank?
Yes. I wanted to, I wanted to say hi and thank you to the Faith and Melody family out there, the Faith and family Ohana out there for joining once again and supporting us out there, as well as INC Radio Canada. Thank you once again for welcoming me. It's wonderful to always join here with my best friend here and have fun at all times. Continue to support INC Radio. It runs 24 hours a day on YouTube. So continue to be there supporting. I want to say it was nice meeting you, Janelle, right, Janelle? It was nice meeting you. Hopefully we'll see you more, and hopefully you will be a future host out here for INC Radio Canada as well. And with that, I love you, best friend, and I will see you soon.
Yeah, see you next week.
All right. See you next week. Have a
Okay.
good show.
Okay. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Hello, Kuya JC. Hello, hello. You want to do your reading? Kuya.
Hi! Hello po. Morning. Good afternoon. Again, nasa kung saan-saan na naman. But I cannot just stop kasi natutuwa ako sa topic and sabi ko nga I could relate, especially on traveling, touring, and going to different places. Talagang you could able to relate then. Kaya sabi ko nga, I just need to jump in. Say hi,
Yes,
hello,
yes,
to everyone.
definitely. Kuya, any recent travel na unforgettable experience and travel tip that you can share with us?
The recent one na medyo unforgettable is when we went to the Philippines last year. Kasi alam natin marami nangyari. But then again, it's like traveling with 3 kids. Tapos one is a baby pa. Isaac is a baby back then. It is hard. As in, we need to consider a lot of things like clothes. We have a stroller, and that is also unforgettable. Kasi I need to run like a sprint or a marathon on the airport in Vancouver. So what happened on that? Usually yung flight namin, we put so many we put so many yung intervals kasi tatlo yung flight namin eh. But what happened on that is because it snowed, so we were delayed. So after it was delayed, our connecting flight is leaving. But if you went to Vancouver, the airport there is so long. From domestic to international, talagang dulo-dulo siya eh. So I need to run. And imagine this. It's like, I have a car seat with a baby, a 1-year-old baby. They don't allow it to be on the golf cart, yung cart ng golf cart na dinala sa airport. So I need to run. I'm running. Buti lang medyo may cardio pa ako noon. I'm running. Tapos yung wife and yung tatlong bata, naisakay sila nung ano. So ako tumatakbo. I was running literally from A to Z, dulo-dulo. And then halfway, it's like, so are you the family for going to the Philippines? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I am. Oh yeah, your wife and kids are there. So, because I'm the one running and everything. So until I get there, and it's like I was just waiting for everyone to clap because when I get here, we're the only one who are there waiting para and of course, when we do that, when you run from point A to Z on an airport, tapos you're running, syempre yung baggage mo maiiwan. Imagine, all of our baggage, all of the kids' milk, everything was left for one day.
Oh no.
Kasi, di ba, hindi nila transfer right away yung baggage mo eh. They need to stop. Kami, we need to run. Mahabol namin yung flight. But then again, sabi ko nga, that's memorable kasi like the kids are like asking, it's like, why are you running? Because they usually like to enjoy the airport. So Vancouver has like they have this big aquarium with fish and everything there. Natutuwa yung mga anak ko doon. But then again, we need to run. We need to do this. We need to get there. Okay, everyone's running, and they don't know what's the reason. And then when we get there, it's like, oh, we are the only one they're waiting for. So eldest ko ganun yung sinabi. But yeah, it's like again, it's just like even though we put like 3-hour interval on that, it's like hindi pa rin enough kasi nga because of the delays. Pero again, memorable kasi the kids, even though they're not stressed naman, they're just running and everything. They were surprised. It's just like something that, kasi family mo yung kasama, yung nga, like you create moments on those travels with your families, and that's something that you always treasure. Every little thing that your kids, your wife, your family does, maaalala mo yun eh. You remember those. Kaya again, travels, treasure them, enjoy them, prepare for them. But I was listening to Ate Claire kanina, it's like, prepare for them. Always double check your itinerary. Totoo yun. And of course, check your emails too, because sometimes there are some changes that are really like parang nakakabigla. Like last year, nung kinasal si Kat, imagine, I just took a flight, yung morning until evening, I need to come back. What the airline did is they put my flight going there at 3 p.m. and my return flight at 2. So it's like parang pagpunta ko, pauwi na ako. Walang yung sa last yung kay Kat na yun happened. Remember that? Okay na sana. I'll fly at 6. I'll arrive at 11. Tapos wedding, and then I'll fly at around 7. Anong nangyari yung flight ko? Parang ginawa nila yata ng 9 o'clock yata ng gabi papunta. So papunta ka pa lang, pabalik na ako. Parang gano'n yung nangyari.
Yeah, tapos na yung wedding. Wow. You know what? Actually, yun nga yung sinasabi ni Ate Claire, to make sure to check yung, kasi like you said, may mga emails, right? Minsan text messages saying your flight schedule has been changed. Minsan yung 10 o'clock magiging 10:10, 10:30, 11, sabay biglang from change magiging delayed, tapos magiging canceled. So you have to make sure to prepare, especially if you have medications, right? Kuya, yung mga maintenance na gamot na ganyan, always bring extra. Kasi yan yung one thing that happened to us with my husband. We went Toronto lang yun. But then pabalik, we were supposed to be back ng Saturday night. Yung Saturday ng 6 in the evening, dapat nakabalik na kami. Na-move siya ng 8, na-move ng 9, 11, hanggang na-move na siya the following day, wala kaming dalang extra maintenance niya. So, yun yung mga kailangan to be very, very careful with that, especially if you have yung mga prescription medicine na you have to take in 2 hours, 3 hours, ganyan. You have to make sure na talagang meron kayong dalang extra. And especially for if you have kids, extra clothes, extra formula, extra food, even snacks, right, Kuya? Kasi nako, ang mahal.
Totoo.
To get that, yung let's say extra food or snacks, even sa airport, it is very expensive. So, kailangan talaga. Go ahead.
Natuwa lang ako kasi sa snacks. One thing that I learned, actually, I'm not sure if it's kasi nakakatawa one time. So in the airline, if you have a baby, they will ask you, what food do you want? Ang problem, my youngest, even though he is a year old, so kinuha na ko siya ng pambata. Ayaw niya, ang gusto niya yung pamatanda. So what happened is like they brought the kids, the young food, Tapos ang nakatingin si Isaac doon sa food na kabila. So sabi ko doon sa stewardess, like, can I ask for an adult meal for him? Sabi niya, okay, we'll check if there's extra. So there's extra. So para if you want to get extra, case if you have a kid, get a yung pang-baby, then he'll give you an extra one if you need one. So ganun yung nangyari sa amin. An extra food. Kaya si Isaac, like, he wants an adult food already. So I was like, okay, sige, kain ka ng pamatanda. Pero yun nga, yung sa mga gamot, you need to really double check. We have our own gamot and everything, even for yung mga kasi one thing is like yung baby nga when we're traveling first time to the Philippines, we don't know his allergies yet. We have a lot of allergy things na dala namin. There's a scenarios back then nung si Jacob went to the Philippines, talagang na hospital siya kasi of dehydration. Pero yung nga, insurance ang important. Then you need to have insurance so that everything, when you travel, you'll have everything ready. And yun nga, you'll not be scared. Para kasi syempre it's like extra cost to the travel. You already been stressed with the cost of your doing. So if you have an extra, get insurance so that when hindi ka takot to spend or to go to the doctor. Kasi may insurance ka naman eh. You're good. Yun yung siguro isa din siguro we could able to add. It's like if you have get an insurance so that you don't be scared to do anything.
Yes. Or kung halimbawa you're working and then they cover travel insurance, make sure it's up to date. Actually, I just printed mine because I'm traveling next week. So, some of the things that we can help I think viewers and listeners to make sure, your travel documents are up to date. Hindi yung magugulat ka na lang, mag-expire na pala, like even driver's license, all that, all IDs, make sure it's all up to date para just in case, like what Ate Kier said, with the travel advisory now, it's stricter than before. Yung security, when they ask questions, just give them, an honest answer. Kasi ano naman, if you're flying, let's say, to visit a place, all they ask you is how long you're gonna stay, where you're gonna stay. Just give them the correct information and make sure na talagang correct yung information kasi baka mamaya mali pala yung na print po na itinerary. So these are just some of the things that would help, when you travel. Ikaw naman, Janiel, anything that you want to share as a tip sa travel?
Yeah, so what I like to do Paul, with all of this unexpected trip changes, things just happen and we can't control that. But a tip that I would give is just to have a list of all the things that you would need, as you said, all the maintenance, extra clothes, everything that you will need during your trip, and make sure to pack really early. I am guilty of that, packing very, very late, and I tend to forget things. So having a list of what you need will definitely help expedite that packing process.
Yes.
And you think?
No, kasi pag yung last minute, like you said, you'll forget things, right? And then nakaalis ka na, and then, oh no, like you have to, and also, one thing also, if you're traveling, either domestic or international, you have to check what time they have to be at the airport. Kasi this happened to me, bad experience. But let's say, because akala ko noon, from Canada to US is just domestic. I thought it was just like, you're just within North America, but it's actually considered international. So the 3-hour kailangan na nandun ka because of your check-in luggage and all that. They need enough time, sufficient time to be able to get you through security. And then although it's like you said, oh, why 3 hours? Let's say your flight is 11 o'clock pa, but you have to be there at 7. Get it there, like check it in. So then at least if there's something missing, if they're looking for something and you don't have it, you still have time. If you need to go home, get something, you still have a lot of time. Hindi yung very limited yung time mo na dadating ka doon and then you don't even have time. Kasi like I'm scared now because this is going to be my first time traveling from Edmonton. It's going to be Vancouver. So hearing what Kuya JC said from point A to point Z is like, that's a long time. So I have to make sure that, I know where I'm going, and it won't hurt to ask. Once you get to the airport, it won't hurt to ask where is the nearest. Let's say, show them your boarding pass, and because it will show the gate, right? It will show the gate, kung anong, let's say zone 1 or whatever. show them that and ask like, where is this? So then at least they can direct you. Oh, you go straight, turn right or left. So then at least you won't waste time. And then get to your gate ample time so that at least you can relax and just kind of like just wait for the time for the plane to leave. Hindi yung, you're rushing and then anjang may naiwan ka or something because you're rushing, And for me, as a tip, try as much as possible to not have to carry something that when you let go, you would have a tendency to leave it behind, right? If you can carry, let's say, like body pack, at least it's there. Your hands are free. If you need to check in luggage, check everything. So then at least you don't have to worry about. But I wouldn't put, essentials in the check-in. Like, let's say if you need to have your medicine with you, then put it in your carry-on, put it in your personal bag, just so then at least you know that, okay, if I need this, I have it with me. So I hope, and we hope to our viewers and listeners, we helped, your travel, and you'll have a very nice travel experience, for your upcoming travel, because it's spring, summer time. There's going to be a lot of people traveling, whether within Canada, whether going home to the Philippines or going anywhere else. Just be safe. And again, we remind you again, whenever traveling, always check worship service schedules, because you don't want to miss worship services. And you want to be able to also enjoy visiting other local congregations and meeting other members inside the Church of Christ from other local congregations. With that, we will go now on to our CFO in action. Kuya DP, take it away. There you go. Thank you, Kuya. If you can just show us, there's a lot. So we'll start with our Care for Humanity. This is it's almost like an ongoing from last week. It's still ongoing. We have a lot of Care for Humanity. So this one is in your area, Ate Danielle.
Yes po. For Care for Humanity, we have it tomorrow in Niagara Falls.
There you go. And then also in BC, they also have, actually, you know what? I think all of the districts, because ours will be on Sunday. So BC will have it. Next one, Kuya. Let's see. Toronto is today, actually happening today. And next one po. It's in the Midtown, Toronto. So this one is in Winnipeg, and this one is happening as well today. And next one, Kuya. And this is ours. So this will be on Sunday at 3 p.m. at the Wellington Chapel. Again, we invite everyone in the Edmonton area to witness this Care for Humanity. And the program will start at 3 o'clock Edmonton time. There you go. Next one po, Kuya. And Halifax, this is the Halifax Chapel. This is for the District of Quebec and Atlantic. So this one is happening today as well, or it happened this morning from 10 a.m. I think it's an all-day event for the District of Quebec and Atlantic. There you go. Next one po. And they have another one. So there's two locations. This one is happening at the Beaconsfield Chapel. And this will be tomorrow at 5 p.m. There you go. Next one, Kuya. There. And GT, or Greater Toronto, will be doing CFO Cares. And this one will be on Monday at the Yorkdale House of Worship parking lot. Do we have any more? Okay. So now we go now to, you look forward to this one, I know. So we've been holding our Unity Games local level, because this is, that time of the year when we hold Unity Games. And this one is esports, and this is happening in GT, and tomorrow is their semifinals. So they're going to be doing a lot of e-games and esports. There you go. Next one, Kuya. And this one is the district. Oh, your district. Ate Janielle. So,
Sorry po. I'm from
sorry. Why do I keep thinking you're from BC? You're Southern Ontario. Sorry. So this one is in British Columbia. This is happening on Monday. So they have basketball and volleyball, and it'll be at the Simon Fraser University. Next one, Kuya. Sorry, Ate Janiel. I don't know why I keep thinking you're from BC. This one is Unity Games in Calgary, where Kuya JC is from.
Sa amin
And then,
yan, sa amin.
Kuya,
Yes.
kailan yan?
Oo. Bukas yan. No, it will be tomorrow. There are 2 days kasi yan. Tomorrow will be the basketball. Yan yung semis and quarterfinals, if I'm not mistaken. Papasok the next day, that would be Monday, will be with volleyball, basketball. Tapos also during that time, we have chess, Scrabble, and other games like even badminton. So lahat ng usual na nilalaro natin for Unity Games, it will be played from Sunday to Monday, tomorrow until Monday.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Join us.
Yes, join us. Galing. Next one, Kuya. This one is Manitoba. And this one is happening, there. May 18, 19. So again, Unity Games happening in Manitoba. Next one, Kuya. And this one is here in Edmonton. So this one is happening on Monday. And it starts at 9 a.m. But the parade, they want us to be there early, so then we can all join the parade. So calling everyone from Edmonton, come out and enjoy Unity Games, because, this happens every year. So it'll be nice to come and participate and unite. Yes. Any more, Kuya? This one is a good one. This is from GT. So they will have a basic life support seminar. This is happening May 25th, and it will be sponsored by the SCAN and the CMDPS. Next one, do we have one more? Oh, and CWS painting also happening tomorrow. Again, that is the Midtown Toronto locale, and that is the Greater Toronto District. I think we're all good for our CFO. Yes, and now we'll go on to catching up with Canada.
Welcome back to Catching Up with Canada. Let's see what our brethren have been up to this week and what other activities we can expect.
There you go, Kuya. Let's show what we have for Catching Up with Canada. Okay, so this one, actually, this is a new local congregation. And, it is in BC, but it's part of the Edmonton district. So we had our inaugural worship service last week, May 11, for the new local congregation of Dawson Creek. So congratulations to all our brothers and sisters there in the local of Dawson Creek. Next one, Kuya. And we also had this one yesterday, and I was actually blessed to be able to attend this special gathering of chroniclers and secretaries. And we want to extend our thanks to our district minister, Carolando Gaviola, for a very, very, very graceful, gracious, and spiritual special gathering last night. And do we have any more, Kuya? Okay. May 26th, I think that's a Monday, for the District of Edmonton, calling out all the officers of the CWS or the Children's Worship Service. You will have a special gathering next Monday, and that will be at 7:30 p.m. at the Eastwood Chapel or House of Worship. With that said, we're almost towards the end of our program for today. But before we leave, we want to have a quick one with the verse of the week. Kuya, if you can please play our verse of the week. This one is, make time for God.
Nowadays, it's encouraged to be highly ambitious and constantly productive. Many people are putting in long hours at work and also at school. And perhaps even you or someone you know are juggling two, three jobs at the same time. Maybe you're doing this because you not only want to take care of your immediate needs, but also to have something to set aside for the future. And nothing's wrong with that. But what should we prioritize no matter how busy we become? I'm Brother Donald Pinnock, and that's what we'll find out in today's verse of the week. Let's read Psalms 90, and the verse is 12. Teach us to order our days rightly, that we may enter the gate of wisdom. This Bible verse shows the importance of what is called time management and prioritizing what is most important. Of course, earning a living is important. So showing up to work on time, completing our assigned tasks with acceptable quality, doing all this is essential in order to ensure that one will continue to be gainfully employed. When it comes to the students, devoting time to our studies is also important. However, the Bible teaches that there is something much more essential or important in life, and that is to serve God. We can read that, for example, in Ecclesiastes 12:13. So we should make God our number one priority. Even when our responsibilities at work or school pile up, let's prioritize our services to God. Members of the Church of Christ should be fully present and prepared whenever they worship God, because our time with Him is what's essential for us. To our friends, we invite you visit incmedia.org. Join us in our Bible studies and worship services and learn more about God's words and what He wants us to do in order for us to live a more meaningful way of life. Dear friends, stay safe, stay strong, and stay faithful. God bless.
Thank you for that. That's Brother Donald Pina. And very, very nice. Make time for God. Like what we said earlier, even when traveling, always prioritize to make sure that you don't miss a worship service. So before we leave, we'll have a takeaway. If you can afford and travel, take a break from your busy schedule as it reduces stress and helps improve our well-being. Include visiting other local congregations and catching up with our brothers and sisters in our itinerary. Take advantage of relaxing and enjoying quality time with friends and family. So with that, Ate Janiel, do you want to greet anyone in your local congregation or district? This is
So
the
I just
time.
want to greet my
Yes.
home Al Oakville po and our resident minister, Brother Nigel Anor. Hello po.
Thank you for joining us. And hopefully you'll join us again next week. Kuya JC, anyone you want to greet before we go?
Yes, of course, we would like to greet our Assistant District Minister, Brother Elzer Yarsha, and of course our District Minister, Brother Volter Itamisen. And of course, to everyone here in the District of Calgary, kanina kami nagkaroon ng Care for Humanity, and yun nga, salamat sa mga pumunta kanina. And yes, to my kids, my wife, and to everyone po, thank you for watching and listening. Have a good day.
Yes, thank you. And thank you to everyone that tuned in. It's all the districts here in Canada are having the Care for Humanity or CFO cares, and so we enjoin everyone, especially the ones that are doing it tomorrow or Monday. Please unite and participate. It's a very worthy cause for those in need. So we want to be able to share that, not only our faith, but even some of the essentials, because life is really tough, and we need to share what we have been blessed with. With that said, we want to acknowledge everyone po. Thank you so much for tuning in to INC Radio Canada. Thank you, Kuya DP, and to our Kuya Tex there in the Philippines, always doing a great job. Thank you to Kuya Manly Andaya, our executive producer in the Americas. Thank you po, Kawali Taray, our station manager. Thank you so much po, Brother Angelo Eranio Manalo, our CEBSI president and CEO and CFO coordinator. And most of all, we would like to thank our dearest Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. And thank you once again, Paul, for tuning into INC Radio Canada. We will see you again next week, same time, same place. Bye-bye.
O Diyos na pagpamay nagtindig ka ng mga lingkod mo.